Hello friend, today I'm going to share why baby carrots are wet.
And I'm going to share how to learn the best travel hacks. Let's get to it.
I'm going to be talking about an article, and this article is Why Are My Baby Carrots Always Wet? And this is by Dan Lewis. Baby bag carrots are pretty wild. They're these small, 2 bite-sized peeled carrots that come in a plastic bag, but sometimes they're slimy and sometimes they're dry and they have this strange white chalky looking stuff. So both of those are kind of gross. It's kind of surprising that we eat them at all, but actually we eat tons of them. And we do this because they save time, they're quick and easy, they're an easy snack. Actually, they're just big carrots that weren't selling well in bags, and so they decided to kind of hone them in with machinery and polish them up, de-skin them, and make them into these 2 bite-sized things so they could actually sell carrots because they were actually just like throwing them away, which is kind of wild. Now, carrots naturally dry out faster than a lot of other vegetables. That's because their thin skin is the only thing that holds in the moisture. Well, when you peel that skin away, they're going to dry up a lot quicker. So they take them, when they put them in the plastic bag, they put filtered water in there to give those babies a little bath, and that's why they come in water. Now, if you've noticed though, that either sometimes that water leaks out and they get that chalky feel, or if you just leave them out and you dry them up because you don't like them slimy, then they get dry and chalky and it looks really weird. But according to McGill University Office for Science and Society, the white stuff is just isn't anything toxic or dangerous. It's just called carrot blush. It's the result of 2 separate factors, moisture loss and damage to the carrot cells. But it's not dangerous and it's actually good for you. You can eat it as is, or you can re-submerge them in some cold water and hydrate them again, and they're going to look good as new. And then also this article talks about a bonus fact. The rabbits do love carrots, just like Bugs Bunny always says, but it's actually not really good for them in large quantities. This is more like candy or something that you would give a rabbit in a very, very limited quantities. They actually need to eat hay or grass, and then greens are actually, so maybe the tops of carrots are okay once in a while too, but definitely not carrots that often. So many good things in this article. Why are my baby carrots always wet?
I did not know about why they got the white thing. I do submerge them in water to get it to go away.
Right, because it just doesn't look, it just looks kind of unappealing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, totally fine.
Right.
I ate them before when I didn't have time to soak them or whatever, and I just needed to crunch on a couple. I am glad to know that it's not toxic or some powder residue or some kind of thing.
Yeah, or that it means they're going bad or something. Yeah.
I mean, they certainly are dehydrating, so that's not good for them. Their life will shrink, their lifespan. That's why they keep them in water. Mm-hmm. But they're not bad for you. Yeah. And even the slimy, you can wash it off and it's totally fine.
Okay, I was wondering about the slime.
Yeah. I mean, certainly you want to, if it sits in that slime for too long, it's gonna make them rot.
And that's
for sure, and not good. But if they sit in there too long in the bag and they get a little slimy, you can certainly wash that off and give them a sniff test, give them a little taste test, and then serve them to It's no problem.
Awesome. This is one of those like little things in life you don't think about.
Yeah, you
and it's
kind
like
of always notice it, but you weren't really like, then I love the fact that someone took the time to like figure it all out and talk about it.
And the fun fact about the bunnies.
Yeah, about the bunnies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to be talking about a podcast and a YouTube channel, and this is called All the Hacks. The host of this show is Chris Hutchins, and he goes into quite a few things. Of course, you think hack and you think, okay, life and money and travel and mindset and all these kinds of things. But I gotta say, for me personally, I recommend all of the episodes that have to do with travel hacks. I have gotten so inspired and I have learned a ton of what can be done and also what cannot be done, which is just as useful, in terms of using miles and points and other tricks and hacks that allow you to travel cheaply. Okay, and so here's the thing. This includes travel to expensive places. And so this isn't like, oh, how can you travel cheaply? Oh, you can backpack or you can stay in a hostel or something like that. Or talking about where the least expensive places to go or things like that. He goes through, if you want to go somewhere expensive, he goes through step by step how you can do this. And so my favorite episode is this one where he goes in depth of how he and his wife went to Bora Bora. This is one of my dream places to go. And I haven't gone because it's so freaking expensive. So this is, he tallied it all up. What they did is they went on a $20,000 trip that would normally cost that if you were to pay full price for all the various things, the plane ticket and where they stayed and everything like that. They did it all for $2,000, which is like reasonable and awesome. And so what he went through was things I had no idea about. Also, I don't know much at all about using points for staying at places. I just know about like miles for traveling. Went through that. And I learned a ton. So I highly recommend it if you're interested in anything like that. Now, he has other episodes that are great, talking about finances, investing, and stuff like that. So it's really good in that realm as well. But I like the travel stuff. All the hacks.
Oh, yes, this is such a good one. So I know all about this. I'm surprised I haven't talked about it either. He was on Daria Rose's show not too long ago. And that was the reason why I finally got a Miles credit card. So, and that's what he was actually known for in the very beginning, was all travel all the time. That was the only hack he had in his website. You can go right to it in the beginning, and the first thing it says is like, click here for the best air miles right now. And that changes all the time. But I looked at the 4 cards he recommended, and I was like, oh, that one. And I finally got it, and I've got like 60 within the first 3 months. I had 66, 70,000 travel points. So now I have like a $700, $800 free flight.
Yes.
So cool. Yeah. So right there, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Just that.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I've only listened to like a couple of his podcasts, but all of that is really, really good. And I want to listen to more. They're like on my queue, but I'm so backed up because I'm listening to all the Game of Thrones books. So which are 36 hours each, and I have no podcasts anymore, but it's always on my list. So yeah, he's so good. Definitely, I've heard of him. Super great.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing
You're
that.
welcome.
And you can look at all of our show notes on bestest.com/airfry. Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
And I'm Karen McFarlane-Holman.
Let us know in the comments, do you like baby carrots?
And let us know, have you ever used points to travel?
If you're enjoying the show, please share it with a friend, give us a like.
And stay tuned for another fun show.
And don't forget to stay curious.